Welcome back to Stoic Moves. Have you ever felt like strange coincidences keep following you, like unexplainable bad luck is targeting your life? What if those sudden negative changes in your relationships aren't random at all, but part of a carefully planned attack? And what if understanding the hidden signs of such attacks could be the key to protecting your peace, your success, and your well-being? Today, we're going to reveal 5 unmistakable signs that someone might be using witchcraft against you. Signs most people completely miss until it's too late. This knowledge will empower you to recognize these attacks early and defend yourself effectively. Before we dive in, understand that this information could change how you view certain people and situations around you. That's why it's essential not to skip any part of this video. If you're short on time, consider watching at 1.5 or 2 times speed. The full context is vital for your protection. Remember, time lost can never be regained, especially when it comes to defending yourself from hidden attacks. Are you ready? To expose these secretive and dangerous patterns, let's uncover the truth together. When we talk about witchcraft today, we're not referring to broomsticks or cauldrons. Modern witchcraft is much sneakier, like that one friend who conveniently forgets to pay you back but always remembers when you owe them. But joking aside, this is serious. The first sign that someone might be using witchcraft against you is the emergence of unexplainable negative patterns that just don't add up. Everyone has bad days. Maybe you spilled coffee, missed the bus, and got scolded at work. That's normal. But when those bad events repeat week after week, targeting the same areas of your life, your instincts should alert you. Here's what makes these patterns different from regular bad luck. They attack specific parts of your life that were previously stable and flourishing. Perhaps you've always been healthy but suddenly fall ill every other week. Maybe your business was thriving, but clients start canceling for bizarre reasons, or a once happy relationship turns hostile overnight without cause. Imagine your life as a smoothly running car, and then suddenly, someone pours sugar in your gas tank, slashes your tires, and steals your steering wheel all at once. When 3 or 4 key areas in your life crash simultaneously with no logical explanation, that's not coincidence. That's a strong warning sign of witchcraft. These attacks often show up in very specific ways. Maybe every time you're about to sign a new client, your computer crashes, your phone dies, or your internet cuts out. Or perhaps every romantic evening you plan gets mysteriously ruined at the last minute. These aren't random misfortunes. They're orchestrated to block your happiness and success. So how do you distinguish between normal life challenges and supernatural interference? Regular problems have logical causes. Your car breaks down because of lack of maintenance, or you get sick because of flu going around the office. But witchcraft shows a pattern of perfect timing, frequent coincidences, and flimsy excuses. Here's a practical step you can take. Start a journal. Write down every strange incident. When it happened, what was going on in your life, who was involved, and what you were about to achieve. Patterns will emerge. You may find these bad events always follow interactions with a specific person or happen just as you near an important goal. Remember, this is just the first of 5 signs that someone may be doing witchcraft against you. Alone, it might not prove much, but combined with the other signs we'll discuss, you'll gain a clearer picture. And as the saying goes, knowing is half the battle. Building on the awareness of those troubling patterns, it's vital to understand the second sign that someone might be targeting you with witchcraft. Unusual physical and emotional symptoms that defy medical explanation. I recall speaking with a woman, let's call her Linda, who was always full of energy and positivity. She ran her own business, was the life of every gathering, and rarely even caught a cold. But then something changed. Suddenly, Linda found herself overwhelmed by crushing fatigue, knocking her out by 2 p.m. every day. Doctors ran every test imaginable, blood work, thyroid checks, sleep studies, yet everything came back normal. Despite this, she struggled to even get out of bed most mornings. What struck me most was how Linda described her experience. She said, "It doesn't feel like normal tiredness, it feels like something is literally draining my energy, like a battery being depleted." Those words still send chills down my spine because they echo the experiences of many facing similar, unseen battles. But the second sign goes beyond just physical symptoms. Linda began to experience emotional shifts that frightened both her friends and family. Random waves of depression would hit unexpectedly, vanishing just as mysteriously. Anxiety would grip her throat when she entered certain rooms or was around specific people. And most haunting of all were her nightmares. Vivid, recurring dreams where she felt paralyzed as shadowy figures moved around her bed. What sets these symptoms apart from typical health issues is how they stubbornly resist conventional treatments. Antidepressants didn't touch her depression. Sleep aids failed to stop the nightmares. Energy drinks and coffee barely made a dent in her overwhelming fatigue. It was as if these afflictions were not born from within her body, but from an external, malicious source. Historically, unexplainable symptoms like these have been documented in cases linked to suspected witchcraft. Records from 17th century Europe describe similar patterns. Today, we often dismiss them as stress or anxiety, but your body knows better. It's signaling that something is deeply wrong. These attacks often zero in on your most vulnerable traits. If you're an artist, your creativity might suddenly vanish. If you're an athlete, mysterious injuries may appear out of nowhere. If you're a social person, crippling social anxiety might develop. Witchcraft aims to disrupt the very things that make you uniquely you. If you recognize any of these symptoms, it's crucial to start documenting them immediately. Track when they happen, how intense they are, who you were with, and where you were. Look for patterns. Do they appear after interacting with certain people or in specific places? This data could be essential in understanding and protecting yourself from these hidden forces. Building on the importance of tracking symptoms and their triggers, it's crucial to document when your condition worsens or improves, especially in connection with certain people or places. This careful record-keeping can reveal hidden links that might otherwise go unnoticed. Take Linda's story, for example. She finally understood what was happening when she noticed her symptoms would completely disappear whenever she visited her sister in another state. Yet just hours after returning home, her fatigue and emotional turmoil would intensify, especially after meetings with a jealous colleague. Once she connected these dots, she was able to take steps to protect herself. These unexplained physical and emotional symptoms form the second major sign that witchcraft might be directed at you. When combined with the first sign, those negative life patterns, they paint a clear picture of an intentional spiritual attack rather than mere random misfortune. Now, moving deeper into this hidden reality, the third sign might be lurking in your very own home or workplace. This one is particularly fascinating because it's the physical evidence of spiritual warfare. Like discovering the smoking gun at a crime scene. No, I'm not talking about your roommate's strange garden gnome collection, though honestly, those have always creeped me out a bit. What I mean are objects deliberately placed to act as anchors or conductors for negative energy aimed at you. In modern witchcraft, practitioners often use everyday items that won't raise suspicion. A small bundle of herbs tied with red string. A jar filled with pins, nails, or personal items like hair or fingernail clippings. You might find little pouches of powder tucked into corners or under furniture, coins or stones arranged in specific patterns, or even perfectly ordinary objects placed strangely, like family photos suddenly turned upside down or facing the wall. These objects are often hidden in places you frequent or pass through, with doorways and thresholds being especially significant. Think front doors, bedroom doors, or office entrances. Other common hiding spots include under beds, inside mattresses, in houseplants, above doorframes, basement corners, or even inside your car. Personal items are particularly powerful targets. Check your clothing, especially things you wear regularly. Look through your jewelry box for pieces that suddenly make you feel uneasy, or that you inexplicably stop wanting to wear. Even items as mundane as your toothbrush or hairbrush might be tampered with, anything connected directly to your body or energy field. Now, here's where you must be extremely cautious. If you find something suspicious, do not touch it with your bare hands. Seriously, avoid direct contact. Use gloves or tongs to remove such objects, and don't bring them close to your face or body. These items can be charged with negative energy that transfers through touch. Think of these objects as physical anchors holding spiritual intentions in place, much like your cell phone captures invisible signals from cell towers. These items capture and amplify the negative energies sent your way. What's truly shocking is how innocent these objects can appear. It could be a small gift from someone you barely know that gives you an uneasy feeling, a strange ornament that mysteriously appeared on your desk, or even a penny placed heads or tails up in a specific spot. If you've made it this far in the video, you clearly take protecting yourself seriously and want to learn how to recognize these hidden signs. Stay alert and aware as we move on to reveal more crucial signs and ways to defend yourself from these covert attacks, ensuring you remain safe and strong in both body and spirit. Continuing from recognizing physical and emotional disruptions, it's equally crucial to understand the third sign, the presence of strange objects or unusual arrangements. This sign deserves serious attention because it offers tangible physical evidence that someone is deliberately targeting you. If you're finding value in this information, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. Why? Because we regularly share vital protective knowledge that mainstream sources often overlook. Plus, the algorithm will love you for it, and so will I. Now, identifying these strange objects or arrangements is key because, combined with the earlier signs, it equips you with even more insight to safeguard yourself. And as the saying goes, knowledge is the most powerful protection of all. Moving on to the fourth sign, this one cuts deeper. Dramatic and unexplainable changes in your social circle and relationships. This sign attacks the core of what makes us human, our connections to others. When witchcraft targets your relationships, it rarely harms just one connection. Instead, it sets off a domino effect, leaving you isolated and confused. These aren't ordinary relationship issues that develop slowly over time. Instead, they are sudden, intense changes that seem to come out of nowhere. Think about a friend you've trusted for years, someone who knew your secrets and always supported you, and imagine them suddenly turning cold. They cancel plans repeatedly or start spreading rumors behind your back. When you confront them, they can't explain the change. They simply feel differently. Something shifted, but neither of you can identify what or why. This kind of unexplained hostility from once friendly people is a classic sign of supernatural interference. It's as if negative thoughts have been planted in their minds. Those warm relationships suddenly freeze over. People who once smiled now avoid eye contact or make excuses to keep their distance. Even more telling are the multiplying miscommunications and misunderstandings, messages that never arrive, emails that disappear, your words twisted and repeated, back in distorted ways. You leave a simple voicemail, yet the receiver hears something entirely different. It's as if static is scrambling your communications, creating confusion everywhere. This pattern usually leads to isolation. One by one, your support network crumbles. Invitations stop coming, group chats go silent when you join, and eventually you find yourself alone, cut off from the very people who might help you see what's really happening. And that's exactly the point. Isolation makes you vulnerable, easier to control and easier to manipulate. Manipulation of relationships through supernatural means has been documented throughout history and across cultures. In many traditional societies, this was considered one of the most dangerous forms of witchcraft, precisely because it destroys the community bonds that protect us. Common tactics include planting seeds of doubt about your character, stirring jealousy or competition, reviving old conflicts thought resolved, or even fabricating entirely false scenarios that somehow people believe happened. The emotional toll is devastating. You might feel betrayed, confused, or even begin doubting your own memory and perception. Did your friend really say those hurtful things? Why would they? Did you do something wrong that you can't remember? This kind of self-doubt is psychologically damaging and undermines your confidence at the deepest level. As we continue, we'll explore even more subtle signs and strategies to defend yourself. Stay attentive, because understanding these hidden attacks is your path to protecting your life and peace. Building on the deep impact that supernatural interference can have on your relationships and emotions, it's essential to learn how to protect yourself from these draining influences. One of the most effective ways to strengthen your defenses is to maintain open communication whenever possible. Document any strange or unusual interactions you experience. Pay close attention and trust your instincts when you notice sudden changes in how people behave toward you. Whenever you can, try to meet face-to-face rather than relying solely on electronic communication, because personal interactions are far harder for outside forces to manipulate or interfere with. Most importantly, remember this: people who are under the influence of dark forces aren't truly themselves. The anger, suspicion, or dislike they express toward you isn't coming from their genuine heart. It's been planted there by external energies or intentions. Once you recognize this truth, it becomes easier to respond with compassion rather than reactive hurt, which only deepens the divide between you. This fourth sign, the dramatic changes in your social circle and relationships, is particularly painful because it strikes at our core need for connection and belonging. When combined with the first three signs we've discussed, it becomes a powerful indicator that something unnatural is actively influencing your life. Moving forward, the fifth and final sign is perhaps the most subtle, yet potentially the most powerful: experiencing intuitive warnings and spiritual disturbances. This sign taps into your innate protective systems, those internal alarms that often recognize threats long before your conscious mind fully processes them. Take a moment to reflect. Have you ever had a gut feeling that saved you? Perhaps you avoided a certain route home one night for no logical reason, only to learn later that something dangerous had occurred there. Or maybe you felt an unexplainable unease around someone everyone else seems to like. These quiet whispers from your intuition are your spirit's way of alerting you. Ask yourself, what intuitive warnings might you be experiencing right now? Do you feel watched when no one is there? Do certain spaces you once found safe now feel uncomfortable? Are there people who instantly drain your energy the moment they enter a room, even though they've done nothing objectively harmful? These intuitive warnings often show up physically too. Your stomach might tighten near certain people, or you might get goosebumps in unexplained places around your home. Your breathing might become shallow, or you might feel pressure on your chest in specific situations. These are your body's alarm systems, alerting you to dangers your conscious mind hasn't fully grasped yet. Consider your dreams lately. Have they shifted in tone? Recurring nightmares, dreams of being chased or attacked, or distorted images of familiar faces? Maybe your subconscious signaling that something is wrong. Often, our dream state detects energy disturbances that our waking mind filters out. Many people who later discover they were targets of witchcraft initially dismissed these intuitive warnings as paranoia. But there's a crucial difference. Paranoia is a generalized fear without clear cause, while intuitive warnings are specific and consistent signals meant to guide you. You might also notice changes in your spiritual practices or connections. If meditation, prayer, or other spiritual rituals once brought you peace, you may suddenly encounter blocks or disturbances. Your connection may feel static or filled with noise. Prayers may seem unanswered, and intrusive thoughts or unease might interrupt your focus. These subtle spiritual disturbances are often overlooked, mistaken for stress or fatigue. But when they persist and combine with other signs, they become vital clues. These intuitive warnings and spiritual disturbances serve as your first line of defense, a natural early warning system designed to protect you before serious harm occurs. So how can you strengthen these intuitive abilities and build spiritual boundaries? Start by honoring and acknowledging your intuitive impressions. Write them down and track patterns over time. Don't dismiss uncomfortable feelings as irrational right away. Instead, ask yourself what these sensations might be trying to tell you. Reflecting on all we've discussed: unexplainable negative patterns, unusual physical and emotional symptoms, strange objects or arrangements, changes in your social circle, and now these intuitive warnings. Consider how many of these signs might be present in your life at this very moment. While one sign alone might not conclusively indicate witchcraft, when multiple signs converge, the picture becomes unmistakably clearer. Your intuition is a powerful guide. Listen closely and trust what it reveals. With this growing awareness, we prepare to explore practical ways to protect yourself and reclaim your peace in the face of these hidden attacks. Building on the power of your intuition and awareness, it's important to recognize that your intuition is truly a gift, a personal guidance system designed to help you navigate both the physical and spiritual realms with clarity and confidence. Instead of fearing these intuitive warnings, welcome them as valuable information. They don't make you weak or paranoid, rather they make you aware and empowered. And awareness, my friend, is the first and most powerful step toward genuine protection. Now that you fully understand the 5 signs that someone might be using witchcraft against you, you possess knowledge that most people never receive. Remember, simply recognizing these signs can disrupt the power of hidden attacks. When you know what's happening, you can take action, no longer remaining a passive victim in your own life. Cleansing your space is essential. Simple practices, like placing salt barriers at entryways, burning sage or Palo Santo, or using sound cleansing tools such as bells, can help clear negative energies from your home and workplace. These rituals are not mere superstitions. They're ancient methods used for centuries to protect and restore spiritual balance. Equally important are personal protection techniques. Carry protective stones like black tourmaline or obsidian. Strengthen your personal energy through regular grounding exercises. Visualize a shield of light surrounding you before stepping into challenging situations. These practices create energetic barriers that guard you against unseen harm. After watching this video, you face a choice. You can ignore these signs, pretending everything is fine even as your life spirals downward, or you can take control of your spiritual well-being and reclaim your power. The difference between these two choices is literally the difference between being a victim and becoming a victor. For deeper guidance on protection techniques, the YouTube algorithm has already selected the perfect next video for you. You'll see it appearing on your screen soon. Click on it immediately to continue your journey towards spiritual safety. Your future self will thank you for taking this crucial next step in securing your peace and well-being. Don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Moves for more powerful insights and practical wisdom that will help you navigate life's unseen challenges with courage and clarity.